There's some serious wind tonight. I reckon there's going to be 60-mile-an-hour winds. Don't know about it in London, but thereabouts. And this feels like one, sounds like one. The rain stopped, the wind stopped, and it's a bit cold. Man ain't opened the gate. Must be a new one on the job, because the other one was here earlier than anyone who wants to drive in here most days of the week. That says the closing times, but it says the gate don't open till 7:30 the next day. So the man who does open the gate before that is doing us a favour, and I'm sure he's on job and finish. Once he gets all his chores done, that's him. He can go home. Well, the earlier he gets in, the earlier he gets on. That's what it's like. It was on the dust carts for Southwark. The bit of wind that there is very fresh. So it might be 6 degrees, but there's an added wind chill factor. So I'll be like, see where it's been raining all day yesterday. So to combat that Mulholland Drive film that done my nuts in, last night I watched Vendetta, something very uncomplicated. Danny Dyer as basically a vigilante, and yeah, some kids killed his mum and dad terribly, burnt them alive, so he got his own back on all of them. Yeah, he was like a vigilante, but it should be called what they call Brit flick. It's got to have council estates, cocaine, and little cunts who call each other bruv. And they've left it open for a part 2. It was made 10 years ago and they ain't come back with a part 2, so I think they realised that was a non-starter, especially when it only took £25,000 at the box office. Must have cost more than $1 million to make. So yeah, it's a big money loser as well. Never mind. The sun's just catching the tops of the buildings. Nice. Keep seeing him, boys. Oh, the bird's nest getting bigger. Any extensions put on the old ones. Nina came home from work early yesterday. Not feeling well, which is not like her. She'd work on her deathbed if she felt it was important. So anyway, asked if she needs any shopping or anything brought round, and want to check if she's well enough to come theatre tonight. We had a plan to go and see Rooney versus Vardy. It's a play been made of the court case of the Wags. Someone was feeding stories to the newspapers for money, and she got caught out. Rooney's wife caught Vardy's wife and selling her stories for money to the Sun. It'll be a lot of fun, I know that. So, on the first let, there was a geezer. He must have took a shortcut through the woods, and then he was going to cut across the park. But he's ended up on the other side of this big puddle, and he don't want to get his shoes wet. So he was kind of tiptoeing along by the edge there, the fence, trying to find a way through, but we weren't going to ruin his shoes. But he wasn't. But even cutting through the woods was a bad move to start with. He must have heard all that wind and rain last night. And yeah, well, he must have been so late for work, he thought, well, I've got to do it. But yeah, he eventually got out. I was laughing with him, asked if he wanted a fireman's carry. I want to borrow my boots. That's where he's come through. He won't be doing that again. Sing, baby, sing.